everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. Hopefully you guys had a wonderful holiday. This is my first semester experience slash recap video. If you guys are new here, hi, my name's Ashley. I'm a senior chemical engineering major from Texas A&M, and if you guys are wondering, yes, I'm a senior, however I still have a year left. So after I just finished this past fall semester, I have 2 semesters left. I have 8 classes left, which is insane. So let's just get on to how my first semester went. My first semester back fully in person. This semester was like a really big test for me to see if I could do it, just because for COVID, I know a lot of people had different experiences how the COVID semesters went. I personally really liked it, and just how I operate and how I like to learn, just because I took a good chunk of my 10 classes like virtually online, how they were doing the exams and stuff. I didn't know if it was like easier because we were online, or if that's just how it would have been anyways if we weren't online. And I didn't know if I made it this far because of COVID, and I was able to get through those classes because of COVID, because if COVID had made those classes easier, I don't know. Or if I had like some slight advantage or disadvantage with my COVID semesters, I don't know. So this was like my first test, like this is how my classes are operating. For example, like during my COVID semester, my Chen classes, some of them would give me cheat sheets, and I didn't know, did I get those cheat sheets because if we were fully in person, do I get those cheat sheets too, or they're just doing that because it minimizes the cheating, you know, stuff like that. Because I like obviously didn't take higher up Chen classes yet, so I didn't really know how they operate, because my general engineering classes, my first like 2 years, you don't really get cheat sheets. Classes really evolve, especially getting to your major specific classes. But now that we're fully in person, based on this past semester, some classes did give me like cheat sheets slash open notes, and some classes like were like no open notes, no nothing. And it was only one class, it was like my PChem class, that didn't give me a cheat sheet or like any type of like outside source for the exam, which personally for me, I felt like was like the one class that like it would have helped a lot. But you know, we made it through PChem. PChem was like my worst fear. I'm so happy it's over with. To think that my academic advisor, when she was helping my degree plan, she wanted me to take it my last semester. And thank the Lord I didn't, because if it wasn't for my friends, there's like no way I would have like been able to study PChem by myself and be able to like get past it by myself. Like I know I wouldn't. When I tell you, me and my friends, we were fighting so hard for that B. It was a stressful time. We were grasping on for dear life, and you know, PChem was not a fun time, but we made it through. I know my advisor said to take PChem my last semester because she was just trying to prioritize all my Chen classes, because PChem is a chem class, not a Chen class. So she was really prioritizing my Chen classes over that one chem class I had to take in my degree plan. And she was just kind of fitting it wherever it fits, and I'm just glad I followed my actual degree planner that the university gives, like what we should be taking. Another thing is that I was curious to see how it would transfer from going from COVID online to in-person was my sleep schedule and my studying schedule. So prior to COVID, well, you guys remember, I would be at Zach until like 2-3 a.m. studying. Granted, I didn't start studying until like late, so then I would obviously end late. And so during COVID, because I was only by myself in my apartment, I pretty much like was trying to study during the day, and so I fully got my 8 hours, or maybe even more, during my online semesters. And so I just could not go back to having only 5 to 6 hours. I'm glad to say this past semester in person, I was still able to not go back to that 2 a.m. lifestyle. If I did stay up to 2-3 a.m., it was my own doing, not because I was studying. I'm glad that I was able to, you know, control my studying, get started earlier. On a weekend, would probably start around like 4 or 5, and then max, if it's like a long day, 11, 12, depending on what I had to do. I've also been working out 4 times a week. It has been so good for my mental health. I definitely think that my mental health has been the strongest it's ever been compared to the past semesters. Of course, I was burnt out. My sister, she saw it all. She knew my testing schedule. She knew how I was doing. Like, she knew how everything was going. And then like, she's like, you're literally insane with your testing schedule. And I'm like, I know. Like, school's hitting me like a truck. It just keeps coming, which I honestly, like, comparing to my past semesters, like, I don't even think this year's exam schedules was like my worst, you know? Like, I feel like there's past semesters in the past where like I had worse exam schedules, but this semester wasn't the best either with exams. If you guys watch a lot of my vlogs and stuff, you guys probably hear me talk about like an exam this, exam that, exam this. Like, they just kept coming. And surprisingly, I was able to keep up with my 4 times a week, which was really big for me, which I'm really happy about. It's also a really big stress reliever. being able to just study and just like having a structure of like going to class, making time, carving out my time to just like make time for myself and make time for my health and just like get myself to the gym, work out. I was really proud of myself for being able to do that, just because in the past semester I had the mentality of like, I should be studying, I should be doing this, I should be doing that, like this is time I'm wasting, like there's no time during the day. Like, I don't know how people do that. Honestly, I got rid of that mentality. I carved out the time. This is the time I'm going to the gym. I usually go Monday, Thursday. How in-person classes went, it was like a really big adjustment, just because I personally really liked online school. I know a lot of people didn't. I personally did, just because I still went to class, but honestly, like it was like a really big hassle for me to like get up, get to South Campus. Like, you guys don't realize how much time like gets wasted me just like getting myself to campus and like walking back. It's just a lot. And then like during COVID, like I was never hungry just because I was always in my apartment. I could just go get food like really easily, or like eat during class. And then like being stuck on campus, and I'm just like, I don't want to spend money on food. I also don't want to pack food because there's like no microwaves for me to microwave stuff, and I don't want to eat cold food. That's also another reason why I stopped studying at Zach. I used to love Zach. It's just like the hassle of getting myself to campus. What else is there to talk about? Oh, academically, like I said, this semester was like a really big test, because I wanted to see if I could actually do it. Like, did I make it this far because of COVID semesters? Did I make it this far because I actually deserve to be it? And I'm proud to say I definitely am so proud that I made it this far. I definitely believe that my studying habits have been a lot better. I'm pretty satisfied with how my grades ended up being. I definitely think the grades I got was like what I deserved and like the effort I put into them. And it's just like a really nice reassuring that like, just because we're not online and this is like in person, like I can do this. Like, I deserve to be here. I deserve to be in this major. Like, I'm smart enough to do this, because there's a lot of time where I don't give myself a lot of credit for what I have accomplished, and here I am 8 classes away from completing this engineering degree. I'm really curious to see how 2022 like plays out. This is a hill of like all my classes, and I feel like after completing this past semester, like it's like going downhill, back downhill for the rest of my classes. I have one more really hard classes that I heard was really hard, but at this point, like, we've been through a lot in this degree, and I just feel like I've survived so much from this degree already. And so that like one extra hard class, like I have one more extra hard class that I'm aware of, so hopefully I will be able to have my mental health in check, because mentally I definitely feel like these past semester has been really good for me. Partially I feel like it's because of weightlifting. I've cried the least this past semester. I don't know if that's like a personal development. Overall, it was a tough semester, another semester down, and you know, I'm curious to see where next semester and the following semester takes us, because you know how this college experience goes. It's definitely a whirlwind. Let me know how your semester went, and let me know if you want anything specific from me, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye guys.